Hey everyone, it's time for some more Monster Hunter, and today we're going to be fighting the Doshiguma. Now, I do want to apologize about the audio in the last video. I know there were a couple of points where it was really difficult, if not impossible, to hear me. Like I said before in the stream, I did get a new laptop, so I am still kind of tweaking the audio levels and visuals to make sure everything looks good, but even so, as I continue to put out these videos, I will do my best to improve them and make sure everything's up to snuff. Today, though, we'll be fighting the Alpha Doshiguma. We probably won't be doing a quest for the regular Doshiguma, since they are pretty much the same monster, one's just bigger. So I will be doing the Alpha Doshiguma and going through that quest. That aside, I also know that pretty much my laptop fan, I know I tried something where I basically lowered the volume levels to see if that would cut it out so it wouldn't be showing up in the OBS's audio anymore, but you could still hear it even though it was a little bit quieter. So I kind of have everything back up to its normal levels to just try to keep it as crisp and clear as I can. What I am hoping is that the audio from the game itself will drown it out, and eventually, when I can afford to, I will get me a proper desktop PC that I can put under the desk, and I don't have to worry about this sort of thing happening anymore. Or maybe even an external, like, wireless keyboard and mouse and a monitor so that I can put the laptop off to the side and use that instead. But that'll all come with time. For now, we will have to deal with the fan blowing in the background, but I'll do what I can to mitigate it as time goes on. That said, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Massive thanks to my YouTube members and Patreon supporters. Your support keeps my dogs fed and keeps the channel going. Now, the thing about the Alpha Doshiguma is that it does have these two regular Doshiguma following it from behind. So what would be a good idea is, oh, I thought I had a dung pod equipped. What you normally want to do is, well, at least the game provides you with a large dung bomb, or a large dung pod. It's one or the other, but you would pretty much use that to pretty much make them all separate from each other. Since I thought I had my dung pod, but I didn't, I was using the first preset of items. Let me actually see if I have any dung pods, and if I do, I will be using those to separate them. If not, well, this quest is going to get a lot more interesting. Alright, so it looks like I not only have dung pods, like regular dung pods, but also, or large dung pods, but regular dung pods as well. Well, I guess and large dung pods. So that'll definitely make this a lot easier to deal with. I'm just going to go ahead and target this middle one. If I can hit them, oh my goodness gracious alive and mighty. I cannot seem to hit them for the life of me. Let's just aim it at the ground. And that should make them separate. And while he's doing that, I'm going to see if I can get me a cheeky little sneak attack in here. It doesn't seem like I was able to get there in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this guy right here. The other two, they should be gone for most of the quest, basically. And if they do show up again, I'll just use a regular dung pod. Of course, what I was trying to do is actually hit the middle monster and then get them separate that way, but something you should do, unlike me, is actually aim it at the ground, and that'll definitely help out a lot with it as well.
It's snared.
Alright, so now that it's actually snared in the Valhar's trap, and this is what I was saying, you can actually go down and get caught in the sand here, just like that. I believe it was an Alpha Doshiguma trap when this actually did happen. And I think what this is meant to do is introduce you to the not only the Valhara, but also the Raidou as well, because Raidou is probably going to show up during this quest. And then you might be wondering, oh, well, where did the guy go? And then you look up at the ceiling, and he just kind of comes crashing down. Or at least he should. Any second now. Oh, I guess not. Well, normally they would come crashing down, but I guess he actually managed to get out of the trap there. That's what happened when I was fighting the regular Doshiguma before. He actually got caught up there, and then he got caught down in there. And I was able to fight him down here, but I'll just go ahead and come back up and fight him up above ground. Alright, so it looks like we managed to catch back up to the Alpha Doshiguma. Now, this is kind of in the category where Anjanath was in, where this is where difficulty is going to start ramping up a bit. This guy is really beefy, and he has a lot of health. So, it's going to probably take a bit longer than the Valhara or the Jepstros to actually beat this guy. And I thought he was close to stopping, but I guess not. Oh, yeah, there he is, actually. He's actually done right now, and I'm not really sure what he's stopping for, or I guess what he's going for. Maybe he's calling his pack. Either way, now's about time the Raidou is going to show up, because whenever the lightning does happen, it doesn't care that Raidou is showing up in the flames. Oh, and I guess the Jepstros is here as well. Now, the thing with the Doshiguma is that he has attacks that really kind of put an emphasis on fighting with blocking weapons. Because he does a lot of directly in front of him, like ground slams and things of that nature. And of course he does some like AoE attacks like that one, some like crowd control attacks. But besides that, what you want to do with the Alpha Doshiguma is try to kind of get him to focus on you, get right in front of him. Use a blocking weapon, and it's really good for working on the clashes. I'm sure you can tell by the trailer as well. They did kind of emphasize that clash, that very iconic trailer moment where you did clash the Alpha Doshiguma was very good. And pretty much any weapon that can block, it can clash. Of course, we do want to go ahead and get these Wyvern Blasts in here. That's something that I actually struggled a little bit. I keep forgetting to do the Wyvern Blast attacks, and then it's like such a key point of the gun lances arsenal. And it makes me wonder why DK came in, but it's mostly just because I hardly ever played gun lances to begin with, so it is pretty easy for me to forget to do them at least. Although, it looks like right here, yeah, there we go. You actually shoot him in the mouth in the flash, and I think that's super metal. And of course, we'll go ahead and get these, oh! Let's actually block that, and then see if we can get this attack right here off. Oh, I can't seem to reach his wounds. That's actually really tragic. I might need a weapon, like a ranged weapon, or a weapon with better mobility in order to get those.
How are you holding up?
Looks like we're able to make the Alpha Doshiguma flee. Now, if my memory is correct, when he's fleeing this time, he should be going straight towards the Raidao. And if he does manage to go towards the Raidao, then there will be a bit of a clash. Yeah, of course, the Raidao is going to win, and then Alpha Doshiguma is going to win away. Ooh, interesting. That was the jump attack off the mount there, but if you don't know, whenever you do the reload in this game, whenever you like do the second reload, I know like in Monster Hunter World that would only reload like one shell. This actually loads the entire magazine, which is definitely an interesting choice, but I don't think it reloads the Wyvern stakes. So because of that, you actually need to do a proper reload in order to get the Wyvern stakes reloaded like that. Alright, there you go. Looks like there's Raidao. And then his epic music comes blaring in. That's something I really appreciate in this game. It's the fact that the monsters and music kind of seamlessly blend together. And I believe it's either the stronger monster or the more dominant monster on the food chain. Their music kind of takes precedence. So, for example, Raidao versus Arkfeld. Arkfeld's team is going to play, but then Raidao versus Alpha Doshiguma. Obviously, Raidau's team is going to play because he's a lot more epic than Alpha Doshiguma is. Alright, now they've had their little clash, Raidao's, the Alpha Doshiguma is going to be leaving. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this dung pod here, I'm going to use it on Raidao. Oh, I actually accidentally used the large dung pod, but that's okay, that's the same effect. Raidao should be leaving now, and then Alpha Doshiguma will hopefully be isolated and not with his buddies again. Alright, seems like the Alpha Doshiguma is limping, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up and see if I can put it away. Doesn't seem like I can. I know the NPC play stats, but I'm not really sure why, honestly. I already do have 2 large barrel bombs though, so I can't exactly use them, but hopefully the Alpha Doshiguma is going back to his nest. If he is, I can actually place those barrel bombs down and get some free damage in. But in the meantime, I'm going to use this chance to heal and restock while you get to the Alpha Doshiguma. Alright, this is quite unfortunate. Looks like Alpha Doshiguma is going, like, excuse me, what am I saying? Linking back up with his buddies? That's what I was trying to say. Oh, or at least I thought. I guess not. So it looks like his buddy's kind of going off and doing his own thing, but if they do show up, I do have a dung pod with their name on it, and I will most certainly use it. But in the meantime, it seems like we're able to get the Alpha Doshiguma in a trap, and we'll be able to get the game. I know he also has a couple of wounds I really want to get. So. Oh, yeah, let me just go ahead and... Oh my goodness, I actually got that enemy thrown at me thanks to the Alpha Doshiguma, because I got distracted by the first guy. So let me just go ahead and dung pot him away. Yeah, there you go. And as for the Alpha Doshiguma, I can now focus on him, because his buddy ain't here to distract me. That's actually an interesting thing. I didn't realize he could get his mouse stuck in the ground, so yeah, that's pretty interesting. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this chance to try to hit one of his wounds. and it doesn't seem like I'm able to. But, oh, yeah, there we go. And then there's another one in the back that I really wish I could get, but, oh my goodness, yeah, as you can see, the camera really doesn't like that. Ooh, my goodness gracious, a lot of mic. Alright, so I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the Gyps Thrust. I'm just gonna wait right here for him to go to bed. And then as soon as he goes to bed... Okay, there you go. Now he's yawning, and he's going to sleep. And now, I can get up my large barrel bomb here.
Set a bomb.
And do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick one of these up. Run off to the side here. I wonder if I can actually... Oh, I can actually aim this. So, oh, that's actually pretty cool. They'll actually cover their ears. That's really interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this right over. Boom. Quite a bit of damage there. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Also, if you don't know, standing in fire can and will hurt. It'll also burn the grass. Interestingly. So yeah, be mindful of your explosions and where you're standing and everything else. So I could definitely make sure that you're careful. It's actually really interesting. It looks like the air finally cleared up. Ray Dow is still in the locale, but it shouldn't have any more issues as long as Ray Dow doesn't interrupt us, or we don't aggro him at least. Alright, looks like we're able to take down the Alpha Doja Guma. It's actually a bit easier than I thought it'd be, although in terms of the time frame, I figured that's about long it would take. Now, of course, the overpowered new gun lance might have something to do with it, but this weapon is certainly fun to use. It is quite the treat and quite the experience. I think whenever I fight the Ray Dow, though, I'm going to use something a bit more ranged. Either the, probably the heavy bowgun, and once I fight Ray Dow and beat him, then we'll go on to Arkveld, and that'll probably wrap up the week. So, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this a week of Monster Hunter Wilds. A week of Wilds, that's what I can call it. And then each day I'll release a video for each one of these hunts, since there's 7 of them, and that can amount to exactly 1 video a day for a week. That also means you are getting a video on the weekends, so that is definitely nice to know. Alright, I think I'm going to call right here. Thank everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video on it, leave a like on it, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let me know down below your opinions on Alpha Doja Guma. I think personally he's the most hideous monster I've ever seen in all of existence, and if there's ever a mod to change his face to like a proper bear face or something, I think I'm going to download it, because my goodness, I am not a fan of his face. But that said, I'm still certainly appreciate the design to it. And it's not that I think it's poorly designed. I just think it's ugly. It's so well designed. It's like a monster from a horror movie. It's just grotesque and ugh. But all of my opinions aside, it's still a pretty fun fight. And of course his armor set looks pretty good. But that said, if you guys want to join the community of like-minded Monster Hunters, people who enjoy the series almost as much as I do, definitely check out my Discord in the description below. There's always somebody to play Monster Hunter with, or if you just want to chat and hang out, you can do that as well there. And we do have the spoiler section for all talks Monster Hunter Wilds, if you want to talk about this game as well. That said, if you want to support the future of the channel, check out my Patreon linked in the description below, or become a member on the channel if you're willing to do so. And yeah, I think that about covers it. Thank everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.